there is this myth that we tell ourselves in sports. I don't have you ever heard? I was talking with you about it, but do you hear like that?
Yeah.
Offense breaks records, defense wins championships.
Oh,
Have you
for
heard
sure.
that?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But that is statistically not actually very accurate. And I don't know what I think it's probably because you often hear it at lower level sports, and so the value of putting effort into your fundamentals and having good defense.
Right.
But like just for sake of example, like last year the Patriots had one of the best defenses in the league, but they also had one of the worst offenses in the league, and they did not make the tournament. They didn't make the playoffs. The Dolphins last year had one of the best, maybe the best offense in the league, and one of the weakest defenses. Well, they made the tournament. They got bounced immediately. But same thing with the 22 Vikings, like one of the strongest offenses, but horrible defense. They made the tournament. They got bounced. But if you want to go even to championships, Patrick Mahomes' first Super Bowl
Yeah.
was against the number one defense. And that's
Yeah.
everybody was talking about it going in. The San Francisco, I was going to say Giants, the San Francisco 49ers. And even within baseball, the teams that win in October are the teams who hit the most home runs. Like you can have really good pitching staffs and pitching staff like I'll give a counter here in a moment. But like the one of the most consistent stats when it comes to playoff baseball is the team that hits the most home runs wins the series. Now, that does not mean just like the 22 Vikings or the 23 Dolphins, if you have a bad defense, you're going to get bounced early. You need to have a good defense
Right.
to stay competitive. But the only time that defense wins is true is when you have comparable offenses and there's disparity in your defense. But
Right.
you otherwise it's almost always. I've been tracking this for I think it was like 2016 when I started thinking about it while I was teaching school. I was thinking about that. So what is that? Like 8 years now. And almost always when you have comparable teams, it's the one with the better offense that wins. You could have like
Sure.
and so like if you have top 10 defenses and you have top 10 offenses. So like these are comparable, the one with
Hmm.
the better offense wins. And I think that's what it came down to with the Vikings even because the Vikings have a better defense. Like defensively they had as many tackles or sacks, but the Vikings had more tackles for loss. The Vikings had more pressures. Obviously the Lions fans want to
Hmm.
say well Hutchinson was out, but I think um even just as far as like the point differential, the Vikings to this day have one point better in point differential than the Lions. But
Yeah.
it was the Lions had the better offense, and that's why they won. The more disciplined offense too.
Yeah. Very disciplined.